I need to.
And they're going for the low.
Episode.
Did you record it? Why you telling about you recording?
Episode 11. Pookie who need a gun.
Man.
So we were talking about Pookie wants a gun. You go to the pawn shop and get one?
No.
Yeah, probably.
No, why? I would buy like.
Yeah, you know.
I don't. First of all, I don't like pawn shops, but teach their own.
You know how cheap those guns at the pawn shops are, and they got like my homeboy bought a shotgun. For
Are you gonna shoot if you shoot?
This is Texas, brother.
Are you gonna shoot? You got some red hair. You want to go see Cliff with the big red dog?
No, I have a red blanket at the crib.
Oh, you was under your blanket, but you can't get him, Sabrina. Thank you. As y'all noticed, Sabrina's back visiting us today as our special guest, and it's a pleasure when she blesses us with her presence. So, thank you, man.
I feel like that was sarcastic. But okay, thank you.
How you been,
I appreciate
Sabrina?
being here. I'm good.
How you been?
I'm good.
Everything good?
Busy.
Tell us about
crunch time.
Tell us about
it's
what's
crunch
going on.
time.
Because every
semester.
time, I mean, you know, I always ask Pookie how you doing, but I want to ask you how you. We'll get to him. How you been? What's new in your life?
Just school. It's crunch time in the semester and
y'all about to be done.
presentations, finals,
What's your presentation
projects. Which one, man? I'm doing one, and I've talked to both of y'all a little bit about both of them. Mm-hmm. We're working on a project. First group project is felon voting rights.
Oh yeah, that's actually a big deal, especially in
Very
Texas.
big deal, yeah. And then second one is Incarcerated Veterans. We're doing research on that.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Incarcerated veterans.
You gonna have to put us on.
As far as
put us on game on that one.
Are these major crimes or petty crimes, and they're just unjustly prosecuted?
No, it's just any felon that's incarcerated. We haven't like dabbled into if it's a wrongful conviction or anything like that. Yeah. But like we've researched, partially like the reasons they could be, right? PTSD, things like that, that contribute to them, having a higher chance of committing crimes, right? Yeah. Because they're not giving these services like counseling and therapy, things like that.
Vets get messed over.
Right. Actually. Once they're used, it's done with.
It's like you.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because it's you. You heard what she said. Once they're used, it's over with.
But he's not a veteran. That's not applicable to him.
He's a vet in the game. Denied. Denied if you want to.
You just have to just flip it in some kind of way.
Hey man, so speaking of social injustices, have you been following the Kyle Rittenhouse trial? Look,
who is this dude?
This judge.
Yeah. Well, from the start, even before the trial.
The judge was like, nah, y'all can't call them victims, the people who got killed. You can call them riders and looters. I was like, wait, what? This judge
is this the dude that
the dude that went, he left his hometown.
Right. He's 17
went to a
years
whole
old.
other town. 40 miles away? Probably further away.
Oh, this was the one the dude that was the youngster that was
he finna get off clean.
Yeah, he
clean. Okay. But we knew that from the start. For one, he's white,
once he got bailed out, I was
he's
like,
17.
he finna get.
The judge refused to allow evidence that he is associated with the Proud Boys, which is a known American white terrorist group.
Yeah, he finna get off. No matter how you look at it, he's finna.
I haven't actually watched it, but there's two things I would like
I've seen highlights of it, and I'm just like,
on your Insta face.
You could just see it like, oh, this man finna get it.
Yeah.
They finna let him. Whoa.
Two things. My professor said that the judge was like throwing the white power signs around like throughout the whole thing. And secondly, there was a call. I was sent a video the other day. There was a call. I don't know if it was from the jury or who it was, but they were demanding that Al Sharpton or Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson.
That was in the Ahmaud Arbery case where the prosecutor was, or the defense was like, we don't want all these black pastors in here. It's like Al Sharpton,
right?
Because it's
I think Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson was the day before.
Was that
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But
they
try to keep. They was like, this dude said, we don't want all these black pastors up, and they're looking around like, wait a minute, KT, where you at, bro?
KT's a pastor.
Yeah, he preached.
Okay, I didn't know that.
We went to one of his sermons before.
Oh, okay.
And Pookie gonna get mad at me because I'm up there saying, talk, preach, tell it. Why did that make you mad?
Because
I felt it.
What did he think about that? What did KT think about it?
Okay. Y'all coming out. Okay. Yeah. Why you come?
Because he invited me. What the hell?
He invite you to help at this gym. You don't go?
Yes, I do.
When last time you been?
When we needed help to put that court down, and
Bro,
you left early.
Bro, I put the second one down though. Holla at me.
Okay,
so
good
anyway,
for you.
How you been, Pookie? How your week been?
It's been good, man.
What's
good.
new? What's new?
Nothing.
You always got something. Tell us about what you did last week when you told everybody you had a shindig to go to. So
the shindig was cool. The shindig was all right. Everything.
What was that anyway? What was it? A birthday party?
No.
What was it?
It was a bouncy. It was like a little adult bouncing little thing.
And you ain't invite me?
I knew it. I knew
like,
you were
like
going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
Why every time you go somewhere, you never invite me to go do this fun stuff?
Because you got other stuff to do.
I had nothing to do that day.
You don't even know what day it was.
Bro, you left. It was the day we did the podcast.
Okay, you had your son there.
No, I did not.
It was an adult thing. It was from 6 to 9.
I just got Taylor Friday. That's what I just said. Did I not, Sabrina? We talking about?
It was last week.
I know. I didn't have
last week. He was here.
Bro, that wasn't that day. What you want to do, man?
He's on the episode.
He left. What you want to do?
At 6 o'clock.
Yes. You act like that was 6 in the morning.
Okay,
yes.
plus 2. The tickets.
Okay,
you had to buy tickets to get to the thing. And the tickets were sold out.
Did you tell me beforehand?
No.
Okay.
You went and went anyway.
Who you went with?
See, I went with the people, some peoples.
Who was the people? Sabrina, you know these people?
No, she don't. She don't even know about this whole situation.
I did not know.
Sabrina, watched the last episode?
I did. Yeah, I messaged y'all. Remember the group chat you didn't respond to?
Did you didn't respond in? Yeah.
So you went to the shindig?
Yes. Don't. I like how you try to get off that. Go ahead. Yes, I went to the shindig. What's up?
What'd you do?
I bounced my ass around.
You bounced around. First of all,
it's a big bouncing event they have down in Del Valley.
I hollered out. You bounced.
I had no choice. I had to get in there. Everybody was getting in there.
What girl made you get in? Because I know
everybody got in.
So you got in the bouncing house.
It's like they have.
What was the ratio of male to female?
It was pretty even.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it a lot of couples? I'm being serious. A lot of couples, a lot of.
It was just couples and groups and people. It was like adult, and like you could have came and you could have brought your own drink and stuff. So it was way out in Del Valley. So it was like
that from here. All the people were talking about. I never been.
But it's like it was like a big. It's like a whole bunch of bouncing things, and they had like this real big bouncing thing, and they had a club inside the bouncing thing.
If you take the toll, it's what, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's like 10 or
from
18.
Here?
Yeah.
Del Valley?
I-30 which takes you straight to Del Valley.
I be thinking Del Valley like an hour or something.
No,
I never been.
This highway takes you straight to Del Valley.
Is that where the whatchamacallit is? The
airport?
No.
It takes you to
the
the
airport.
airport.
Americas for the concerts and stuff. Is that Del Valley technically?
Close
Close
it's a
by.
little close
right?
by.
Okay. All right. I know where y'all.
Yeah. You know what it is. It's
I
just kind of like a little bit on the other side.
Okay. So you went to the bouncing house. It was a lot of people there, and you had fun.
It was cool.
Without,
it was something
Did
different.
you wear a mask?
I'm vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
I'm vaccinated. But I have my mask in my pocket just in case.
Yeah.
Vax mask or ski mask?
Vax mask, man.
Oh, they ain't got no ski mask. You ain't from.
Listen, man. But it was cool. It was nice. It was
How long you stayed?
From 9.
I ain't asked you what time you got there.
Till 9.
Till 9. I said it right. Till 9.
You said from 9.
From 9. Till 9.
Okay, I meant till 9. 6 to 9.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Where you reaching?
You're
reaching. What you reaching for, bro?
Because you know what's so crazy? Every time you come on here, you always have an interesting story. People be telling me. People be telling me they be like,
I have interesting stories.
Pookie's always on some sort of adventure. I thought about it. I was like, you do take a lot of it. You do be going a lot of places, bro. And you don't ever let me know until on camera what happened. I gotta pull it out of you as far as like what happened.
Okay, so what's the point?
So you went on this shindig. Why you call it a shindig?
It's a shindig.
No, because you could have easily said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go to this bouncy house stuff," and then it is.
I didn't want to be judged for going to a bouncy house.
No adult, bro. All us want to do that. How we gonna judge you? That's gonna be fun.
Listen. I just didn't want to be judged.
If you say you went to go play croquet, yeah, I'm gonna judge you. Like, who the fuck plays croquet?
I don't even know what cocaine is.
Exactly. I'm gonna judge you.
But it was a bouncy house.
What is okay? Like cricket?
It's like when you get, it's like that rich game. They hit the ball.
Oh, yeah, like cricket.
Yeah,
it's like cricket. Oh, with the big ass little bat. Okay.
Yeah.
You the only person I know that knows what the hell that is.
Bro, you gotta, you gotta
diverse. Anyway, no, I went to a big ass mountain house place.
And you had fun.
It was cool.
That's cool, man.
Is it there all the time, or?
No, it was only there. It was only.
Okay.
This weekend was the last weekend they were there, so they're gone.
Who invited you?
I got invited by some peoples.
But that's the thing, though.
You don't know these people, so why should I say that? Shout out to them people that invited me.
So they watched the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, and what do y'all see as the audience of the show? Like, is it mostly women, men?
We don't even know.
It's women.
It's women. But
we
don't know.
I'm going to say why, though. Because the questions that we be getting, they definitely...
That's what I figured.
But see, it's crazy. He gets approached by women, but when I'm out and about, it's a whole bunch of dudes that pop up on me. It's like, yeah, I peeped the podcast.
For real?
When I go to Walmart...
Bro, stop going to that Walmart.
I go to Walmart and they just like...
Stop going to that Walmart.
And the people I recognize me like, what's good, man? Hey, man, I peeped your podcast.
What's wrong with that Walmart?
Huh?
What's wrong with
because
that?
That's the one Walmart in all of Texas.
It's a certain Walmart that we go to.
That
everybody we see.
You are guaranteed to run into somebody from high school. It never fails. And
even
they be
from
the most,
high school, like
the one we live by. The one on what's that? Bell? North Bell?
Yeah.
North Bell. Yeah. You guaranteed to run into somebody. Every time he goes there, he's like, hey, guess it ain't no better for H&B across the street. Same thing.
Everyone just migrated this way.
Nobody left.
Yeah.
I went in there one time. I was like, no, hell, I'm getting up out of here, bro. Hell no.
Didn't even buy nothing, just left.
I ain't say shit to I'm out. Bye. I don't like that. And it's ratchet. It used to be a clean Walmart.
Just because it got set on fire, don't mean.
Who set the Walmart on fire?
That Walmart burned. However, that Walmart got burnt, put on fire. You didn't remember about that?
Then. I couldn't have been here then. How long ago?
You was here.
What year?
It happened like 2 years ago.
I ain't know nothing about it. I live on this side.
You never heard about it, bitch? You just got here.
I don't put myself.
Yeah, 2 years ago, somebody set half of the Walmart on fire. The food aisle on fire.
Maybe they got us some bad food.
Man, I don't know. It's all right. And they had to rebuild. They had to redo some shit. But anyway, going back to basketball so we can get this out the way.
No, man, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You don't want to talk about it. I was just saying that our audience was expecting to hear the second half of the story.
Yeah, they're expecting, but sometimes you don't get what you expect.
So let me ask you this: Did she watch the last episode?
Yes.
And what did she say?
Great episode.
So she wants us to finish the story.
I wouldn't
she doesn't
necessarily say that.
Let me get this, Sabrina. So she wants us to finish the story.
No, she doesn't.
Well, how you know she doesn't?
From her mouth.
Yeah, let's get that.
From her mouth.
Wait, before you say that, this is the same lady who wants to come on the show and be in the Sabrina position, right?
No.
Oh, this is a different one.
This is a different person.
Okay, all right.
See, you see how you see what you give her reaching? You see what you give her reaching? You see what you give her reaching?
I asked.
No.
I said, so this is. I was asking.
No, it's not. It's somebody different.
Okay, so she wants, okay, from her mouth. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't even remember what she said now.
So you lying.
But she didn't want you to tell
But
her
thank you,
business.
Sabrina. She appreciates that we just don't, just
say her business.
Just like
which is only
call
fair.
it what it is.
We don't want our business out there.
She said it's going. She said it's.
Do you want your business out there? I mean,
yeah, Justin, do you want your business?
If it was me, he would have. No, hell no. We're gonna talk about this one.
He's right.
See what I'm saying?
But you don't though. But you still don't.
But he gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, but
you doing it now?
Hell, I done had to put my own business out there before he get to him. Like, you know what? Let me go and tell. Let me go and tell old man.
No, because there's sometimes you man. Never mind. Anyway.
So from her mouth, she don't want to talk about it.
She just saying it's going. That's all she just said. It's going.
What is that?
Females know what it means when I say it's going.
We just happen to have a female right here. Sabrina, what does this going mean?
What I assume?
Yes.
From what I've been through when I say it's going.
Just your opinion. Just your opinion.
Enlighten us. What does it's going
it's
mean?
It's not really. It's just there.
Ooh.
It's not like I'm
That's
happy.
Fair. That's fair.
Or I'm this is what I want.
That's
fair.
That's
it's
fair.
just going because it's easier to go with it than try and change it.
Go with the flow or what?
Not necessarily go with the flow.
It's
then
just going.
Then try and change it.
They can't call it. It's just going.
So
that's how
it's the female version. I can't call it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Why did you say that then?
Bitch, because I don't know how to break it down
but
like that.
It's not. I can't call it. She knows clearly.
Oh, so she can't.
She knows.
Because a woman is gonna say like if she's happy or not.
Okay.
She clearly did not say she's happy. She's just saying it's going.
Pookie, do you think your friend's happy?
I don't know.
How you don't know this your friend?
Or maybe she's trying to figure it out still.
All right. So we've all been in relationships, right? When I was in my last relationship, did I seem happy? Could you tell?
At times.
Okay, whatever. You seen Sabrina's relationship? Do you see Sabrina happy?
At times.
Okay, so I'm asking you, is your friend happy?
At times.
Now you want to use that time. It was just, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Sabrina, this is what he does.
Well, since it's fairly recent, I guess does she seem happy right now?
Yes, as in when you saw this person the last time, did she seem happy?
The last time I seen her, was she happy? She was cool. You're not getting nothing out of me. If you realize it, you ain't getting much out of me, so you rather just move on.
We're going to move on.
All right, then.
Today's topic.
Sabrina has something very interesting to talk about.
Oh, Sabrina. I was just expecting y'all to... I don't know, we kind of started in that...
But you did bring up the veteran thing. That was kind of...
Yeah, it's a lot of... It's crazy, because as soon as they enter the criminal justice system, it's like their veteran status is gone. They don't get that stature. They don't get the benefits. You see what I'm saying?
But should they get mentioned though, depending on their crime or something?
I think if it's like a sex crime, right? Like if it's a sex crime, they definitely aren't getting nothing like that. There are some stipulations. So it's really interesting, but there's no like programs to help them for reentry into society. Like there's nothing like that. There is one actually. There's one program, and it's here at the Travis State Jail off 969. Off 969. That's the center that we're working with, Samaritan Center, and they're the only one in Texas that specifically has a dorm for veterans to help them reintegrate after like when they're going to be released in 90 days. Or something to reintegrate into society. Right. Because there's no resources even for them.
They struggle too.
Right.
A lot of people struggle, but veterans struggle because it's like they most likely they have PTSD.
Right. The mental health component.
And they're trying to reintegrate into society. So yeah, it's brutal.
So then we learned too the resources that they do suggest are not even viable options. Like for housing and stuff, most of the resources in the book are like drug homes and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, it's because they. Like, I mean, since I used to live in Temple, I've been to a couple of veterans' homes because of Fort Hood and all that area out there. And I would go to some of these veterans' homes, and they were telling me these war stories. I had one guy who lived in outside of Waco, I think, and he was telling me about how he was in Vietnam, how he can't sleep at night, and also like he sleeps with the lights on. He was like, I slept with the lights on since I left the war. He was like, I cannot. Every light in this house is on. And he didn't have like the best home or anything like that. He basically was telling me about how, I mean, in so many words, he felt used by the government.
Right, absolutely.
And I get that. And you go to these people. I mean, I hear people say all the time, you know, waiting for the VA to get my disability. Wait. Like, I mean, I don't know how the whole process works, but I would think that as a veteran, why do I have to go through this long process and wait just to get?
That's the whole purpose of this system.
I fought for this country.
Right.
You guys said y'all gonna take care of me, but yet I am, not feeling like I'm feeling less than.
Right. So, and I think for like Vietnam veterans, it's probably far worse. My grandpa was a Vietnam vet, and I think, and because especially back then, there wasn't like this emphasis on mental health.
No.
So we're barely kind of coming into that idea, right? Yeah. And so. For those veterans, it's probably, way worse.
I think as far as like, to kind of touch on like mental health, I think it was our generation who really kind of brought it to the forefront of, because I mean, growing up, we were taught, let's just say if I'm getting bullied, for example, we were taught that, stand up for yourself, fight back. It was never, it was never okay to be afraid of a bully. It was always like, I felt like, specifically with my parents, I never felt like, they wanted like the emotional connection aspect of that. We never got that. It was always tough love. As a boy, as a man, you can't cry.
Right, especially for boys.
And I think that's bad. I think, like with my son, if he wants to cry about something, I let him get that out of him. Now, I'm not gonna let him cry because he like spilled some water or something. Like, come on.
Right.
But if there's something wrong with you, like you didn't get selected for the football team or whatever, and you want to express emotion about that, then I think that's okay. It's okay to feel hurt.
Absolutely.
And I feel like our generation was taught it's not okay to feel any kind of weakness.
Absolutely.
You feel weakness, Pookie?
I'm like you. Like when growing up, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You really couldn't show that. And I think
do y'all know that this month is Men's Mental Health Month? Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so I'm actually really excited we're having this conversation. But go ahead.
Yeah, like like you said, like when we were growing up, it was just like we couldn't show those kind of emotion. It was just like it was more like you like you if you show those kind of emotions, you were looked at as soft.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And of course, as a dude, you don't want to be considered soft. So you kind of had no choice but to bottle it. Mm-hmm. But it messed us up as you get older because it's like we didn't. Growing up, you figured it out how to like bottle it and get like not to show it. And then when you get older and it comes to the point in time when you have to show it, you just don't know how. You just be like, and it caused a lot of people to.
You're just a confused adult.
Yeah, they look at you like a confused adult, but it's just like, nah, I just can't do it.
So one aspect we talked about, I had a classmate just give a presentation on his research about men's mental health, and one thing that somebody brought up was also the fact of like the component of children of color, like boys of color. Black kids, Hispanic kids, Latino kids, how there's an extra emphasis on being tough. on being, you can't cry and you have to be hard all the time and this and that, and how that plays into, like we talked about, adulthood, your mental health in adulthood, and it's crazy because you look at all the things we've talked about, people of color being subjected more harshly and things like that, but we also look then on the other side, like mental health, the lack of resources and
the lack of empathy
and knowledge.
Yeah,
a lot like the conversation that was brought up is like it can go back generations. Like
for sure,
we don't, we weren't taught how to do this, and so in that aspect, we're kind of behind.
We aren't. So I feel like, and I think we're getting better overall because now you're starting. The pandemic, I mean, as bad as it was that people lost their lives, I think it showed a lot of, minorities, blacks, Latinos, everybody, that you can start your own business and do things for yourself. And there are resources that have been around for generations that we've never known about that, shout out to everybody who got the PPP loan, but the ones of y'all that did it for the wrong reasons, y'all ask, bro. Anyway, they bro.
They're cracking down on that. They're cracking down on that.
They got no business. But
they're cracking down. They
getting for the ones who got it legitly, and I read stories about people who, you have to sit at home because of your job and start doing other things and starting their own business. I got cousins started their own business and they're doing well. You know what I'm saying? We started podcasting because of this. Because think about it. We were moving so fast that we didn't have time to do this.
Exactly. It forced us to slow down and analyze and assess, like, what do we like in our life? What do we not like in our life? Even like relationships, friendships, like, wait a minute, you know?
Let's start there. If your relationship survived quarantine and the pandemic, hey, she's the one and he's the one. Shout out to my friend Allison, though, who got a relationship right before the pandemic. They 2 years strong. They had to be locked down together. You got a phone call, brother? Is it one of them calls?
No.
Is it a voicemail?
It was a voicemail.
Who?
God,
because the way you look, man, you look kind of worried.
No, because I was trying to listen to it, but not.
Oh, no, go ahead. We can wait.
Stupid. It ain't nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, like, if you survive, in the pandemic with a significant other, then, you can damn near. Think about it, bro. Who can be locked in a house with somebody just all day, damn near every day?
You got a picture.
Who can be locked in the thing with somebody all day, every day? It's rough.
That's rough, yeah. That's mentally. I mean, you get mentally.
But I think if y'all compatible, you can do it.
Yeah, but you still.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to kind of throw this
ahead,
aspect.
Sabrina.
Since we talked about, you had made the statement the last time I was here about how the honeymoon phase, like the beginning of a relationship.
What about it?
That could apply to what you're talking about. Like they were just in a new relationship, and so they're
still together though.
They're still like walking on eggshells in this quarantine, and I mean I'm not knocking it at all because they're still together.
How long is the honeymoon phase? Like as a man, I know.
I don't know. Y'all said 6 months to a year.
How long is
I said 6 months to a year.
To you, how long does the honeymoon phase last? Like let's just call a spade a spade. When you first meet a guy or a girl, them first couple of weeks, days, months, it's like all I want to do is like hang out with each other, have sex, and just like go eat and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But after that, then what? Like how long does that before it starts to wear off? Like, all right, well, we doing this. This is great, but I want to do more. Like, how long to the first disagreement, to the first argument? Like, because you're doing things to not go down that path. You're purposely like going with the flow, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, somebody's gonna have to make that choice of, hey, this is.
I don't like this, or this is what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it usually like, let me think. My lovey-dovey phase, if I really like the person, it's a couple of months. It's a couple of months but here's the thing though. It's great until you see something that you don't like. And that's when a lovey-dovey phase, you start coming, you're like, oh, man.
I mean...
Well, for me, it has to be a bunch of things I don't like.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm not going to be like, Well, it depends, too, on the severity of what I saw I don't like, too.
All right. Example.
Because
what don't you
like?
Oh gosh. What don't you like?
Don't make me do
brother.
that.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me do that.
See what I don't like.
Don't put me on blast like that.
Everybody got something they don't like. I'm just saying. I ain't saying like something bad. It's just something you don't like. Like I don't like. I don't know. I don't like that he don't like wash his dishes or something. I ain't saying nothing bad. I'm just saying. Like,
well, I don't know. I don't necessarily look at things like that per se. That could eventually be a problem.
See? Give me a break, dude.
I just don't like inconsistency. I don't like.
That's the thing.
People saying one thing and not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's the
inconsistency.
That's the hard part, though, when you in the honeymoon.
Or acting one way and act like
that's the honeymoon. That's the hard part about being in the honeymoon phase when you it's inconsistent because you know the inconsistency is not going to be consistent. It's not. It's like you homie go like he or she gonna probably mess up. But it's just like how they
but then you have to gauge like, okay, are they continuing to mess up?
Exactly. That's
how severely are they messing up?
How many times they're messing up and how severely and how that's
what's consistent? Like, what do you consider consistency
like
in the honeymoon phase? Like,
you asking me? You asking her? Or you asking
me? We'll go from a man and a woman's point of view.
Like, okay, for me, consistency is more like the same things you were doing when you first got with that person. Yeah. You kind of keep it going on. Now you don't have to keep it going to the highest standards, but you can take a step back because it's like, okay, I got you, but so I don't have to. Cause like me, I'm on.
We get settled. We get comfortable. Like I got you. I ain't got to do everything.
Yeah, I ain't got to do. But you still got to keep it. You still got to keep it. You know, still
that shit gets on my nerves. Like that shit.
Tell it all.
Works.
It's like if you got with somebody and y'all was doing a whole bunch of fun shit for the first some months. Yeah. 3 months, and then the next 3 months that dies down, and y'all only did one fun thing. The next 3 months, that's inconsistent. I think you can do something like. You can do something every now and then during the 3 months, but it's all about that time spending.
Have y'all ever noticed this correlation? And I would say it more from the guy's point of view, not necessarily women. The effort and consistency drops after sex.
Yep.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It always, like
for men, like I'm not gonna hold you.
You mean from men?
Like when men have sex with a girl.
Right.
Yeah. The consistency.
I feel like our consistency.
Yeah. Right.
drops.
So from men.
Yeah.
Right.
From men.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think from women.
I mean,
because I think
right.
women. I think women y'all expect more after that. Like, all right, well, we definitely just crossed this bridge,
right,
so it should be the same or higher. But for us, it's like. Call it
because you don't have because once it's like
once
the dude gets it, it's like I've done it.
Not me and Pookie though, other men. We're not speaking for ourselves, like because we don't cheat or do stuff like that. But we just saying for other men out there, not me and Pookie. Okay, right, Pookie? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Not me and Pookie, but other men out there. I feel like once they sleep with women, not you, with other women, not you, Sabrina, other women. Once sleep with other women,
it's okay.
Then it's like no,
I feel you.
Shit, what you about to do, cuz?
Yeah, I feel
you know what I'm saying?
But then that's what it's like, okay, so are you even interested in the girl or were you just wanting sex to begin with? And then that's when you should have been real from the start.
Like, as younger me, I wasn't interested in nobody. Older me, if I'm interested in you, I ain't playing no games. Like, you gonna know I like you, I want to date you, so on and so forth. Because at a certain age, like, you don't have time to do that because we're all adults. So you should be...
Time is very valuable when you're an adult.
Exactly. And you should be comfortable enough to tell a girl, hey, I like you on this level, or hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. You cool to hang out with. I think, and there's nothing wrong with telling a girl that. I feel like as men, we don't want to be the bad guy for shit. Some of us don't, and I feel like that we don't tell a girl our true intentions because we don't want to come off as
either that we don't want to tell our true intentions, or we don't want to be let down.
And believe it or not, there's more women who want to just smash than we know. Like, we be thinking that it just be us. Huh? Sabrina, you know any girls like this? I have no idea. Okay, I know girls like this who literally just want, not me, but I'm just saying, they just want to smash in general. You know what I'm saying? And there are guys like that, girls like that. But I feel like you should just be straight up. Like, hey, these my intentions, or this is where I'm at. Why you smirking? What you thinking?
I'm listening.
You're thinking about something. You're thinking about something specific. That's what I'm saying.
I'm listening at the same time.
I want to know the story. I want to know what you're thinking. Because who did what to who? That's what I want to know. I already know you got a story. Look, he was staring off this way and everything. I'm like, he running through this story.
My mind is one.
Yeah, but what is it though? You got to share at least one story. You got to share at least one.
This is not story time with Pookie.
Everybody enjoy your story. You don't want to be building the story up.
It's like that's the title of this episode, Story Time with Pookie.
But I ain't got a story.
What you was thinking?
I'm just thinking.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking what you saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
no, but like,
are you straight up?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Are you straight up?
At this age, no. At this age, yeah, I am. Back then, no, I wasn't. At this age, I am. It's like I'm more of like you gotta. I'll put it like this. Me, I might not come out and say it at first, but
you're not gonna come out and say, "Look."
If you pay attention to my whole mood and my whole actions and all the stuff I do, you can kind of. It's easy to tell.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I learned. This is what I learned.
What? You looking at me like I'm like. Are you for real? You looking at me like I was saying some bullshit.
Brent, you got a comment?
No, I don't. I don't at all. I was listening to what you were saying.
All right. So this is what I learned. So I learned that how we interpret things as men is completely different to how women interpret our actions. Like if we text a girl, like, I just want to say good night. We think we're being nice. A woman may take it, you can chime in as, oh, that was sweet. He texts me good night. He must be thinking about me or something. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I had to learn to stop doing that kind of stuff, bro, because I really be thinking I'm just being nice, but it's being interpreted a different way. Like if a dude's like for instance, we've done this before. You just want to go to lunch or dinner with a girl. Nothing, you don't mean nothing by it. You just want to go do something. Well, the woman may take it as, oh, he's taking time out of his day to take me out and go do something.
Yeah, but then that's when you should also clarify, like,
yeah,
hey, let's go, like,
you got, if that's the case, you got to mislead. See, that's the type of person you is. You like to mislead motherfuckers.
I literally just said how men interpret stuff is different to how women interpret stuff.
Well, but that's not interpreting. That's miscommunication.
Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Don't
worry about who the hell texts my phone, bro. Because I already know what you're going to say. Let me see. Oh, no, this is texting. I can't. My phone broke. That's why I ain't seen when you text me or call me. My screen don't even come on. Look.
Anyway, but that's just misleading because you could just basically just be like, just you telling them what it is. But
what is it, Pookie?
You're just misleading.
Just say like you're right.
You're misleading.
All right, let's stop.
Or it depending, and also how have you already set the tone for that particular relationship? Like if Pookie called me and be like, hey, let's go eat somewhere. Let's go have lunch, dinner. I'm not gonna be like, oh. Pookie wants to date
but y'all been
you
friends for like 20 years also, so that don't count.
Oh, okay. But I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you got.
Pick another guy.
Let's you.
But anybody who is clearly like
if
a
you
friend.
hit Sabrina and said, let's go have lunch and such.
That's different. We're all friends.
She don't know you as much as I know you. I'm
sure you'd have told all my damn business, so she might as
well.
No,
I have not.
No, he really has not.
He hasn't? That's different.
Boy, that lets you know how you think of me.
So, but anyway, I think that how you set the tone beforehand, before asking someone that question.
Okay.
Because if you've been like texting me, good morning, good night, how's your day, and then hit me up with like, oh, let's go have lunch. And I'm going to be like, and you have not specified.
So you're assuming that he likes
I wouldn't necessarily assume it, but I'd be like, what is happening right now?
Man.
And then I would be like, not upset, but annoyed. Because I'm like, this motherfucker can't be flat out. This motherfucker just can't be straight. Or what is he trying to do?
She got you, didn't she?
No, I'm just saying. Thinking to myself, when we straight up, we ain't shit. And then when we don't say what we want,
well,
we
it depends. No, because, I mean...
Hush, Pookie. We have an adult conversation. Go ahead, Sabrina.
You want me to leave the camera?
I mean, it's your camera.
You want me to go behind the camera?
No. I mean, you're part of this too.
So let's just think of the last guy you talked to seriously, right? Oh, shit!
Yeah, don't like.
Yo,
just say hypothetically. Let's just say hypothetically.
That's what she did. She did thin. She about to take the glass off, rub the face like this.
Can we just say hypothetically?
Hypothetically, the last guy you talked to, hypothetically.
No, just hypothetical situation. Not the last guy
you talked to a guy.
Let's take that clause out. The last guy just hypothetically.
Hypothetically, you talking to a guy, right? Mm-hmm. And it's new, fresh, and he's texting you, good morning, how you doing? And he's like, let's go out to dinner, but he hasn't made his intentions known. What are you thinking? Sure.
Well, first it depends how we met.
The who?
How we met.
Okay. So,
like,
is it a different...
For one, I think that's part of it too.
Okay.
Right?
I mean,
Right?
I think these days, I think we meet more people over social media than anything.
Yeah, true.
Like, I can't tell you the last time I met somebody just normal. Like,
and here's the thing you have to consider too is that guys are so like ready to jump at anything. I'm not gonna say
not being Pookie, but yeah, you're right.
But some guys, so it's hard to not take it that way.
So you
right? If a guy is like hit me, I'm not gonna say necessarily defense mechanism, but like okay, well, what are you trying to do? It's not a defense. It's like, well, like I don't know, just let me know. Like, I'm not trying to waste my time. What are you trying to do?
You're not really on social media, right?
I'm on Facebook.
All right.
I don't really get.
I'm not trying to get in your business, but I'm just trying to. How often do guys slide in your DMs?
They don't. I promise you, it's probably like once a month, somebody random.
Yeah.
Because I don't, and Pookie can tell you this. I don't really put myself out there on Facebook.
Do you get annoyed when you see those kind of messages?
I don't even respond to them, open them, nothing.
But why though?
Because I'm not on Facebook to do that.
No, I'm asking because the reason I'm asking, let me just clarify, is because some girls say they get annoyed when guys are trying to talk to them through their DMs, and I'm trying to figure out what's the annoying part about it. There's
so many different variables. I get annoyed because I don't put, and I'm not knocking anyone.
I think it depends on what they put on the Facebook.
Right, but if you're somebody who is like posting body pics all day with cleavage out and stuff like that.
You going
exactly. And I have seen that, which again, I'm not knocking that. Yeah. Everyone is each his own. But I feel like it's foolish and dumb to sit there and be upset that dudes are coming in your inbox when that's what you're posting. Because for one, how do they even know? Like if your stuff's public, then I mean. Are they your friends? Are they like technically like friends on Facebook? Because I've seen that too.
What annoys, not me personally, because I'm not. First of all, this is just me. If I see a girl posting all kinds of body pics and cleavage showing and booty out in the camera, I'm never gonna DM that. That's just me. Because in my mind, this is just how I'm thinking of it. There are way more guys seeing this as well, so your inbox is definitely getting blown up. But what is annoying as a guy is when we see that, and then you see a post the next or saying, "Oh, these guys are so annoying."
Yes,
like,
that's
they
what
won't
I'm
leave
saying.
me alone. I be like, but I'm not saying it's okay that they message you because of how you dress,
but you're giving the impression you want that.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's like,
right.
Or they screenshot, the guys in their DMs. I think that's corny. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I do too.
I don't believe.
Absolutely.
Like
because you're asking for that.
Yeah,
so then now you want to put these dudes on blast or whatever.
I got DM crazy stuff,
and I've seen guys do that too.
Screenshot DMs. Man,
yeah. I'd be like, these women hitting my inbox, but you sitting there with in the gym with your shirt off, sweating and shit. Like, I don't do it's the whole thing is for attention, and so I just don't pay it no attention because
Pookie,
that's
what's up? What do you think about that?
I agree with y'all.
You agree with us? You gotta agree.
I mean, it's like it depends on what y'all like you said. It depends on what people put on it. If you put half naked pictures on Instagram or whatever, yeah, you're gonna expect some DMs. But if you just somebody who posts rarely, I don't think you don't even post your body, you're not gonna get nothing.
How do you feel when you've DM'd a girl before? Obviously, we all have. How do you feel when you DM a girl and they're short?
What?
Sabrina, exactly.
Wait, no. I think I initially thought you meant like short as in height.
That's what I thought.
Short. Short as in responsive.
Yes.
Like they're just like that? One word.
Yes. How you feel about that, bro? Because again, it's coming off like you doing
what?
Okay,
younger me would have been like, man, so really, like this how you want to. But older now, I understand. It's like you got to. I already going ahead. If I do a slide in somebody, I have to understand. It's about 100 people sliding in there.
Yes, you competing, bro.
Yeah, I'm already competing off that. Yeah. So the fact that she actually responded is just the first step.
Yeah,
now,
I agree. It's what you do.
It's like, now what I do after that response, and then she keeps on responding, then I was like, okay, I'm in there. I'm kind of in there. But, you got some girls that don't want to come off as rude, and they'll just give you the one word answer. Okay, cool, yeah, smiley, whatever emoji. And you can't take that. You can't take that. You just gotta okay.
Persistent.
Yeah, you gotta be persistent. But
I'm laughing because this is such a weird conversation. Anyway, go ahead. This to hear like, I don't know, guys.
How guys think
right.
about DMs.
How it's like you hear it from guys'
because we don't be understanding why y'all do certain stuff. That's why we got you here so we can learn. You gotta teach us how to be better men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You gotta teach us how to be better.
Okay.
We're trying, right?
Okay.
So that's what we're saying. This is what goes through our mind. It's like, because in our mind, a one-word response means what, Pookie?
Right, not interested.
Not interested. And then I've learned also that even though they're giving us a one-word response and we're taking as not interested, it's not that they're not interested. That's just how they are. It's like, I don't mean to be rude.
They could be busy.
It could be busy. Yeah. Or they could be, worried about something.
I've had that quite often, but it's not, or I'm not, I'm just super busy.
You're always busy though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, everyone's busy in their own way.
Yeah. Going to bouncy houses, leaving their friends behind.
Anyway, Sabrina. So, last time you was here, you was talking about you wanted to be a lawyer.
I do.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
You want to be a lawyer?
Wholeheartedly, yes. And you asked me a question about if it's because I like to argue or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's do you like to debate?
Or do I like to debate? Yeah, not argue.
Yeah.
No, that's not why. Although I do like to debate, but no, I want to keep people out of prison.
Really?
Yeah.
What attracted you into like that whole system? Like
the system's so bro.
Well, I know the system's funny, but
it's hard.
Well, I know like what made you like.
I think,
jump
and you know
into
what? I've been asked that question a few times, and I initially my first thought goes back to like when we were in high school, and being a Hispanic girl raised in a white family, in a white area, because my stepdad is white, my mom's half white, and seeing a lot of
and having the friends in the neighborhood be majority black,
right,
and seeing what we had to go through in that neighborhood, and it kind of
I think that was like the start, and then being in a relationship, being married to a black man, and seeing different things that we encountered, then having black children now. I think even if I didn't have my children, I would still feel an obligation.
Yeah, because it's something we have to teach our children at such a young age what they have to be aware of when they just can't be kids and run around and play and do. Like, I don't let my son go outside with Nerf guns.
Oh yeah.
Except in the back. I tell him, you're gonna go play with Nerf guns, backyard, bro. Don't go in the front. Right. Even though this gun is orange with darts,
it doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
I'm
like, bro, because somebody can call and say, hey, these kids are outside playing with guns.
Yeah. I just saw a video, and I don't really follow Sean King like that, but I still see stuff he posts.
Just cancel him.
Yeah, they really have. But he should have been a while back, because I don't know.
Like
There's,
Sean King?
I mean, he's all right. I think, and I've had this conversation too. Like, I think he's done a lot of good things, but then I think behind closed doors, there's a lot of questionable things. But anyway, he posted this video of. This officer had this, a gun drawn on this 10-year-old boy because he was pulling the father over, and it just
don't sit right.
It's so hard to see, and I stopped like watching videos and stuff like that because it makes me so angry,
Yeah, I don't watch them no more.
Yeah, I
don't watch traffic stops. I don't watch. Right.
And I won't share them either because we're
that's
sharing.
That's the thing that makes me mad is when people. Well, I get why they gotta share it, but it's just like.
Right. I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm not gonna share somebody's trauma.
Yeah, because you're revisiting. The.
But it needs to be talked about at the same time. That's kind of like the.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's just kind of one of those little hard things. Like, do we really have to put this out there? I mean, yeah, you have to get the message out, but it's just like but for the victim, they gotta relive that. It's like they gotta everywhere they go. They got to see that video. Like if they go to coffee, like go to Starbucks, and it's on CNN, that video pops up on the TV screen. And you gotta relive that. It's everywhere you go.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing worse than reliving trauma. And I go back to let's just say the George Floyd trial. Like I think I watched that video one time.
I watched it one time. I watched it once.
I couldn't do it. Yeah,
I can't. And I watched it just because I was trying to see what was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess I'm saying I don't like when the people that watches it over and over and over.
Right.
Those are the people I just don't. You get it, but it's like why? Because to me, it's almost like you get. There's to me it says there's a part of you that's kind of enjoying watching this.
Right.
If you're watching it over and over, like, damn, like the first 2 times, don't you get the point?
Right.
Like, I don't need to be refreshed and see this over and over.
I don't like to revisit any kind of trauma, though, man. Like, unless it's something I'm trying to overcome, like grief
process
about something.
Yeah.
Like I used to hate when people used to share, like, females fighting in the club, in younger days.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah, I used to hate that stuff. It was like you think it's funny to see,
and especially because we're encouraging like divisiveness. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And,
like it's.
But we're divided now.
Right.
I mean, we're more divided now than I can ever recall in my life, and it's because I mean we're politically divided, and unfortunately, politically divided.
It's racially divided.
It's racial divided because you have majority of blacks are Democrats, majority of whites are Republicans. And, I don't consider personally myself either because I think they both are fucked up in their own ways. So I tend to play the middle, and I think both sides have good things that I like and both sides have bad things that I like. So
I don't know. I could never bring myself to vote Republican.
You're a liberal.
No, I think that's more moderate. Yeah, that's more of a moderate. It's more like when you can kind of either swing. Yeah. But I could never, knock on wood, I could never bring myself to vote Republican. I don't think.
Yeah, and the thing is like I love politics because I like to see just how fucked up people are just to stay in power, and the gerrymandering and the redlining and the redistricting. Like it's crazy how like in let's just say Texas. In Houston, it's designed to literally so the Republican win a seat. They literally the district is drawn out around Houston, but Houston is the majority of where
where the black.
If you look at what they do, bro, it is insane.
Well, and it's
and the voting rights, and then like voting should be basically cut and dry. All the like.
Well, and let's not even talk about how the prisons are included in the census as a part of the population, but they can't vote. Like that is so fucking wild. Like,
and how this is point blank a conflict of interest. How can you have a prison that's for profit? What would be your incentive to let me get out of prison? You're going to lose money.
Right. There's no incentive. Exactly.
There's no incentive. The incentive is to keep me in here.
Right.
As long
or
as
put
you can,
me there. Right.
So I can keep making money off you. And I'm just looking.
And then the labor that they
use
them as. I mean, it's just.
But here's the thing, though. We used to say the system is flawed. The system is fucked up. The system is not flawed. The system is not messed up. The system is working the way it was intended and designed to work. So we gotta get it.
So it's basically we're wording. It's just been we're wording it wrong. Like when we say
we need to stop saying the system is
messed
up.
Because that's how the system. That's how the system was built.
Let me tell you how I know
the system is working how it wants to work.
You can literally have the same credit score, the same finances as a person opposite skin color to you. Go to that bank for a loan, you get denied for a technical reason, whatever. Same person, goes in, gets the loan. It's
job, everything.
Yeah. And we're told, like, this is what I hate. I hate when we're told get over racism, get over slavery. Okay, I can. If you're going to do things to show me that I'm going to be included and treated equally and fairly. Otherwise, I can't get over it because it harkens back. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a population,
and it's not even that far back. Like, it's really not that far removed.
It's not that far ago, bro. And let's be honest.
I just saw this meme where it was like Thomas Jefferson was alive when Harriet Tubman was born, and Harriet Tubman was alive when Ronald Reagan was born. Yep. And it's like,
bro, my grandma was alive and Harriet Tubman was alive. That is insane. When I think about that, that's insane. My grandma was born in 1919. I think Harriet Tubman died in like 1923 or something like that, bro. That is crazy. If you think about it, that means
slavery ain't been.
That means my grandma, like, damn near, she saw World War.
She saw World War I, II, III, Vietnam,
fucking Kennedy assassination.
She seen everything.
Civil rights movement. No, she passed away. She passed away the year before I moved to Texas. That's why I moved to Texas.
Oh, okay.
But all that, bro. That's not that far away. And think about it.
And that's just slavery. That's not slavery. the like all of the things implemented after slavery.
Yeah,
like
and
Jim Crow, redlining,
and indentured servants. Like my family, like my aunts and stuff, used to do housekeeping for white people, and they would tell me how they would be like housekeepers, babysitters. Like I'm like it's the same thing with less restrictions though, because they would work all day. Barely get paid anything, and be expected to take care of all this stuff.
Right. But then also, counter or add into the fact that what happens to their children.
Yeah.
Because who is raising their children? What deficits are their children facing because they are having to do this because there's not been able to be any generational wealth.
No.
Or stability, financial stability, or I mean it's the whole family's.
As blacks, I can say now.
It's blacks and Latinos.
Yeah, and it is.
It really is. Because you could talk about ICE too, and that's a whole nother.
Oh God, we're just now learning about I think as a whole society, like minorities are starting to learn more about generational wealth because we were never taught how to do it. We literally had to learn how to do it. And because of again how the system is, we have to go figure out how can I generate wealth. Because there are so many loopholes and it is a lot you can do to get money. You just have to know how to go about doing it and getting it. We're under this impression that we can't ever get anywhere because we don't have the support. And it's going to be hard, but it's out there. But we have to learn and educate ourselves on how to be better in order to provide for our kids. I used to think for the longest time that these people who go to Yale and Harvard are just super smart. Mm-hmm. No, your granddad knows the dean, right. You just have It's
so.
Crazy.
Is it up to? Here's the thing, though. Is it up to us to figure it out, or is it up to us to change the system that we don't have to keep that?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Keep our future generations having to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? So instead of just a Band-Aid on the problem, what's the solution? See what I'm saying?
Here's why. This is just personally why I don't think that we'll ever really be able to change the system, because the moment the system changes, those in power are going to feel threatened, and when people feel threatened, they resort to violent and extreme measures.
Right.
So I think it's up to us to point out the flaws in the system and get the system changed as much as we can. But for instance, this voting rights stuff is a direct implication on the changing dynamics in the United States of America, because now you have, blacks, Latinos, we're making up damn near more the majority than the minority now. Mm-hmm. So what do? Okay, let's change these voting laws. Let's redistrict. Right. That's why you see all this stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why, think about it. I was watching something, the State of the Union address last year when Trump did it, if I'm not mistaken, and
that comedy fest.
On the left side, you see the Democrats, and it's a mixture of all these different races and cultures. The right side, Republican, it's just old white men.
Right.
And I'm like, it's crazy. It's like one side is this, the other side is this. Mm-hmm. One side is what America looks like, the other side is what America used to be. Right. And literally, we're divided. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So all right, put it like this, Pookie. You got a job, right? And you see this person coming to your job, and they're doing you've been in your job for 20 years, whatever. You see this new guy come in, he's doing better work than you. He's basically making you look like you ain't nothing, right? You don't want to let your job go because you kind of run the show, right? What would you do? Do you feel threatened by this guy? Everybody likes him. He does great work.
Yeah, you kind of would be feeling threatened because it's like, now this man here to replace me.
Now stop that and think about that on a large scale as far as United States. That's the problem, because people feel threatened, and you're going to go to extreme measures. Like, God forbid, if I see people around my neighborhood, if there's been some break-ins or whatever, right?
You see somebody that looks suspicious, and
I'm gonna feel threatened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta get a gun. I gotta protect what I have. That's just natural human instinct. But where does it come? Natural human instinct to protect versus being morally conscious of doing the right thing. We tend to think these politicians are evil. It's not that they're evil, and it's not that they don't. They know exactly what they're doing.
Politicians know exactly what they're doing.
Like Ted Cruz and all this whole, just the stupid stuff that they do.
They do. They know.
I used to get annoyed because I'm like,
but I can't have a hard time saying the word, but it starts with S.
Statistics.
Yeah. It's like we think they don't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. They know exactly what they're doing.
Do I think all these politicians who let's just say support Trump are racist. No, they're doing that to stay in power because they're like, this base supports him. If I get them to support me, it's
and I think that's the thing.
Like
you get people that, like you said, all Republicans ain't racist.
No,
they just trying to keep their power.
Yeah, we got racist Democrats. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Okay, agree, but disagree on the other point. But
his point
about Republicans aren't racist. Some Republicans aren't racist. How can you be affiliated with the party like that and not,
just
not
put
be racist?
like just views. It's like he just said earlier. Like there's certain things you can agree with a Republican, but that don't necessarily mean you're a racist.
Yeah, but what is the line that's going to, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's power.
What is the line that's going to be drawn where you say, you know what, I'm not going to associate with that because of this. They are overtly racist, and I don't care what my common interest is with them. I cannot side with them.
So,
I mean, that's.
I feel like I feel the same way. It's like, how can the face of your party spew racist rhetoric, say racist thing, retweet, make misogynistic comments, and you guys still follow them? Mm-hmm. I think it's bigger than the comments. It's about the power.
I look like this.
It's the tolerance because of what you want. Because when you go against that, let's just example. What happens when these politicians that are like up for re-election, they go against Trump? They get primary and they get the fuck up out of here, right? Right. So again, I don't think that. I'd be a fool to say all Republicans are racist, but the fact that you support the Republican Party during this time we have these racist comments makes it seem you're okay with racism.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Republicans have been doing racist shit forever. So
Democrats have too.
And I'm not saying, again, because I'm going to get to that also.
Okay.
I'm not saying Democrats are not racist and they're so awesome and what the fuck ever, because that's not what I believe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Republicans have, and I just wrote about this yesterday. I mean, they have historically, up until when FDR, the racist party, when they switched platforms, they have been the racist party.
Did you know that blacks used to be Republicans up until the 60s?
You told me that.
And then they switched Democrats?
I think it kind of started, and I've always tried to pinpoint exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of started in the 30s with FDR.
Yeah. Because
he was so progressive, but even then his progressive reforms didn't really help black people. And then the 60s, right, with JFK, I think. Yeah.
The 60s is where the blacks started to shift.
Which JFK really didn't. He wouldn't sign the. He kept talking about it, but he never signed it.
Never signed it.
It took LBJ.
Do you think LBJ was racist?
Fuck yes, without a doubt.
So he was racist,
without a doubt.
He signed this law for blacks.
Yeah.
Right. Again.
Well, I think he had to. Right. He was in that position. He had to.
What I'm saying is sometimes the politics of the whatever you're doing outweighs what it's crazy how that works.
But here's why.
But in his case, it was for the people. He went against himself, but for the people. In the opposite, they're going against themselves against people. I mean, that's how I take that.
I'm listening.
I mean, that's
listen to different perspectives because I always like to learn.
Do you get what I'm saying though?
In a way.
Like for LBJ, he went. If we're saying he's racist, which I believe he was, and apparently we all did, he went against his beliefs for something that helps the people. Republicans, if you're saying they're not racist and they're going to go against their beliefs to align with the party for power, essentially, but they're still going against the people.
You got any Republican friends?
No.
You got any Republican friends that you know of?
I don't.
Do you think your Republican friends are racist?
No, that's why I can say that. Yeah. That's why I say it. Not because
why? What makes you think they're not racist?
Same.
Because I go off my feeling and then off their actions.
You go
like when it like don't get me wrong. Like I felt like you as well saying all Republicans are racist and all that, but that was being naive. But when you actually sit down and it's just like, look, I don't agree. Republicans, I have a few Republicans that says I don't agree with everything a Republican does, but their views and the things that it says fits with my way of living. So I have no right to. They have to ride with they're on that side because it's just like it affects the way they live.
Right.
But it's just like, man, like I really don't.
I think an only consideration that I have considered is people that, like, I know people that are wealthy and vote Republican for those reasons, for like the tax cut.
Yeah.
For that stuff. That is the only time I consider that idea. Yeah. But even then, I'm like, so your tax cuts mean more than the wealth of people? I mean, not the wealth, the betterment of people?
That's some people's mindset.
Some people, that's their mindset. Like some people rather like I thought
is
right, and it is. But do I have to be associated with that person? Do I have to be friends with that person?
No,
absolutely.
I mean, it's a choice. It's a choice. But it's my choice because it's like I'll go off how you treat me.
Yeah.
You know, if you treating me with respect and you come in like call it like we like they.
Yeah, but then what if you're like their token black friend?
No,
what if you're their friend?
I'm far from being token.
What if you're their friend?
What if his Republican friends are black? Then are you token black?
Well, but that's different because we didn't throw that aspect in there. We were just talking.
The reason I'm saying I know black Republicans.
Yeah.
My dad is a Republican. He's black.
Well, that just threw your whole point out the window.
No, it didn't throw my whole point. But I mean, I don't know. My mom's Republican. My mom's half white, half Latina. I don't talk to my mother.
Do you think your mom's racist?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Yeah, see, I don't think
I absolutely do.
I know 100%. Like, my dad is a black Republican. He's not racist.
I mean, I just look at it like it's just
niggas. I mean, he did a good. My dad is like he did a good job of hiding it, but my dad literally just.
So your dad was Uncle Ruckus?
No, my dad. Fuck you. No, I'm just saying. Like, I think there are black Republicans out there as well who, again, I think for them, they're looking at, I gotta take this racism, and it's for everybody. The way.
I do think some Republicans.
The way we interpret stuff, everybody interprets it different. Like, I know how I feel about Democrats and Republicans. I know how I feel about us as a nation. That's not going to be the same way Sabrina feels. It's not going to be the same way you feel.
Do you think our interpretations are molded by, like our upbringing? Who was like the demographics of our upbringing?
I think
because we were around white people.
First of all, well, y'all were. I feel like
you. Oh yeah, because what
he came in late.
True.
I feel like just speaking as a black man, I feel like we as blacks still don't understand the quote unquote freedoms that we technically have, but we're not comfortable indulging in said freedoms. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of society. Like, for instance, if I want to go jog around in the neighborhood in Westlake, right? I have every right to go jog in any neighborhood in Westlake. That's a freedom of my free. I don't feel comfortable doing so, but I can. That's a freedom that I have. If I want to go if I want to go protest around this neighborhood, I can take a sign around and protest. That's a freedom of mine. Right?
I don't think they were like that.
But I can do it though.
But he can still do it though.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like we have these freedoms.
You could do it till how far?
Exactly.
Until someone calls the cops on your black ass and then fucking take your ass to jail.
But the thing is, the cop knows, again, I have the right to be doing this, the peaceful protest and the right to assembly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know that.
Yeah, I know
you and you would be able to vocalize that to the officer, right? Yeah. What about people who don't know that? It's
not that. I don't think that it's people who don't know that. I think when you're saying people who don't know that, people from the protesting point or the officers.
Well, just anything you're talking about, like, I mean, there's just so many things that our communities don't know.
Yeah.
And so, like, you could go protest, right? Yeah. And be able to speak to the officer, say, I have the right to do this.
Yeah.
But, like, say someone else that doesn't know. I mean, there's just so much.
It's so the people who don't know the rights that they have.
Right. Even if they do know, are they capable to express it, vocalize it?
Like, for instance, I know I can smoke weed in my house on my property if I want to. The police can't do shit to me. Right. But you can get manipulated into thinking that what you're doing is wrong. You're breaking the law, and you can self-incriminate yourself.
Right.
That is crazy.
Right?
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. Well, that's Fifth Amendment. Yeah.
And also, like, if the cop's trying to pull you over and I'm in my driveway, like, bye.
Right.
You can't come on my property without. I don't know what I did. You can't go away.
Yeah.
But we're so afraid. We're conditioned to be afraid of the police, and the police is supposed to tell us. We think we're supposed to obey and not be able to ask questions. Right. Again, rights that we're afforded we don't know about. Right. So when you get pulled over, Pookie, what do you say?
I don't say shit. I just put my hand on the
goddamn
steering wheel.
You have the right to ask questions though. And
I got the. I mean, I can ask a question. I know I got the right to ask why I'm getting pulled over. Yeah.
They make us feel like what? You talk back.
You talk back.
You don't have the right.
Do what I say.
But they talk to. Here's the thing though. You get yelled at for going 5 over the speed limit. First of all, sir, why are you yelling at me? Why are you talking to me you're talking to me in a tone that I can deem as threatening,
right?
Or condescending. So when you're talking to me that way, Sabrina, if I tell you something right now, like offensive to you or makes you feel type of way, you're not gonna respond to me like, Justin, you're gonna like want to yell or shout back, right? You know what I'm saying? That's just natural instinct. It's for us to protect ourselves.
Right.
But again, we get put in situations where those things happen, and then we're the ones who are the criminals for doing so. The officer yelled at me, I yelled back. I'm in the wrong. Why? Because he's an officer. He can yell at me. That's not right.
But it also kind of goes back to what you're saying, or what we said before, is that it's all intentional. It's all intentional, right? Like it's to keep that information from us.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like with the felon voting rights, like there's so many felons that aren't told, like, hey, you can vote when you get off paper.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they're not told that. Like that's such simple information to pass on.
The reason they're not told that is because most felons are going to vote for the
exactly.
And another thing, when these felons can vote, the process for them to obtain the information, not the information, but like they make it so that it's hard for you to get cleared to vote as a felon. It's not like cut and dry, like, oh, you're a felon, sign this. It's a pain, bro. Like,
well, once you get off paper in Texas, you can register.
But they're trying to do what with that as well right now. These voting rights bills that they pass, and it's like it's literally Texas passes a bill, then it gets like appealed, and it's just this long back and forth.
Right.
I mean, I see what's going on. You see what's going
on. Absolutely.
Because I don't think this will probably happen in our lifetime, but for a split second, was it 2018, Texas damn near turned blue, which is insane, which is because the tolerance level of this bullshit that was going on the other side, people were just like,
getting tired of it.
Fuck this. Like, for real. Do I think, who was it running? Beto?
Yeah, I was going to say it was Beto. Yeah.
Do I think
Beto would have been.
Do I think he had it? I think he was literally right at the door, and it shows you that we came together. That shit was crazy. Because everybody was fired up to vote, right? Hell, even you was like, I'm voting.
Right.
I looked around. You voting? What? That's when I knew. But real shit though, to see people who, me and Pookie never talk about politics, but to hear him tell me he's gonna vote, that meant a lot to me because I didn't think not saying he didn't vote, but he never talked about it, so I didn't know if he cared or not. But when he started telling me about, man, I'm going to go vote, I'm in line, and I'm at work, I'm like, what you mean you going to vote? Vote? Yeah, I voted. Nigga, look, Sabrina, nigga got the sticker there. You got your sticker.
That's awesome.
But we got his sticker. Nigga posted his sticker, looking around like.
Goddamn fashion statement. You gotta let people know, man. Hey, man, I'm out here. I'm out here. My vote counts, goddammit.
But we also have to hold those people accountable. Oh, shit. You know?
Yeah.
We can't just.
I think that, and I'm teaching my son about the right to vote. I'll tell you something that's going to fuck y'all head up. So my son is in the 6th grade now. He came home, let me see, 6, 4, 5. He was in probably the 1st or 2nd grade. He came home from school one day, and I'm in the living room. I'm doing something. He was like, Daddy. I was like, what's up, man? He was like, Trump won. It's awesome. So.
You have to have that talk.
Your dad, right? Your dad have? Okay.
No, he just didn't know. He just don't know.
Okay.
No, it's not that. School.
Yeah.
He's hearing other kids say that because think about it. When we were growing up and our parents were excited, saying something around the house, the kids are going to be like, the kids
your
are going to
kids are what you are.
Your kids are what you are.
Your kids are what you are.
So I'm gonna tell you the craziest thing though. So of course in the 2nd grade I can't. So it was like when Trump first got elected, and it wasn't all the bullshit shitstorm we heard after the fact. It was like newly happened, and I didn't want to. He was in a happy mood. He didn't know any better, so I had to take that into consideration. But I also take into consideration that he needs to learn gradually. So what I started doing is he started hearing other things, right? about, you know, the comments, and he's a smart kid, so he started to form his own opinion about Trump, not influenced by me. I never once.
So you let him figure it out.
I let him figure it out.
But
I was there to guide.
But exactly, I was
going to
say,
like when he would ask me questions, I'd be like, bruh, because he was like, Dad, why did, you know, the president do this or whatever? And I explained to him. But the thing about
I'm glad you asked, son. Let me break it down.
That's what I'm about to say. The thing about me is I'm always going to keep it real and tell the truth. When the president was right, this is what it is. When he was wrong, this is what it is. And now he has his own opinion about different politicians, not just Trump, but different politicians. And I'm glad that he's, you know, on
he's
a level
found it out
to where he can
because
figure it out.
You're teaching critical thinking for themselves.
I'm letting him think for himself.
Not like I'm just going to tell you what to think for the rest of the
I don't influence his thinking. I don't influence, like, my son likes stuff that I don't like. Mm-hmm. And it used to be, it's crazy. It used to be annoying. I'm like, how don't you like this? I like it. But again, that's me as parents, because our parents did this to us, especially my parents. I have to like what they like. I have to wear, like, my mom was notorious for, she'll buy me a shirt and I don't like it. She would get mad at me because I don't like it, as opposed to being like, Justin, you know, respecting my individuality. Now, when she buys me a shirt and I tell, because I used to be uncomfortable to tell her I didn't like it. Now it's like, I don't like that shit. It is what it is. So,
somebody text me, so don't worry about it.
I'm appalled.
Hey, I'm Charles.
No, but the way you said that, it's like,
because you looked right at my phone, then you looked at me.
Looked at you.
You looked at me, then the phone looked back at me.
But anyway, so back to my mom's shirt. Back to my mom's.
I feel you. It's about teaching them critical thinking. Exactly. I've had the kids come home and say stuff like that. Yeah. And I have to catch myself when not trying to, like, influence. Or like force a belief on them. So what I do is I will explain to them, this is what's going on. This is what it, you know, causes, the cause and effect, particularly for our people, blah, blah, blah. And this is why I don't like it. Yeah. And, you know, whatever. Like, you can, and I'll tell them, like, you can just, like, make your own. Because I don't want them, like, my mom did that. Like, just shoved all that shit down my throat.
They shove it down our throats.
And never showed me
the opposite.
Right? And so
absolutely.
I don't want to do that to my kids where they grow up and be like, what the fuck? My mom never told us, you know, because my kids may grow up to be like, my kids may grow up to be pro-life, right? I'm pro-choice. It has nothing to do, you know, that's one of the hardest conversations to have.
Can you be
both?
But
you can be, because here's the thing is, like, people hear pro-choice and think pro-abortion. Nobody is pro-abortion. It's not my business to make a decision that is going to affect the rest of two people's lives, the child and, you know, potentially the child and this woman.
You want to hear the biggest piece of hypocrisy when it comes to abortions? It's you shouldn't be able to, you know, abort a child. Like, that's not your right to choose what to do with your body. Okay, but when it comes to vaccine, no, that's not right. You can make your own. So I'm
the whole thing is just.
So I'm like, wait a minute. You can tell a woman she can't abort a child, but you can tell her you don't have to.
Well, I mean, that's just like a more recent example, but I mean, there's so many things. You know, that are subjected upon women from the Republican Party, but I mean, I think I could say possibly from both sides, but anyway.
I mean, let's just be straight up. I mean, I've said this before to. I don't know what I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody and I was like, you hear these Republicans say, you know, pro-life, pro-choice, I mean, pro-life, they don't, you know, believe in abortions. I was like, first of all, we've had politicians who've gotten women pregnant, mistresses, they have abortions. And I'm like, you can't tell me if a politician's, for God forbid, 14, 15-year-old daughter gets raped.
Right.
They're going to be like, oh, well, we're just going to have the... Like, y'all are not going to do that. They're just not.
I'm pretty sure down the road, some of these politicians that got some kind of... knocked up and paid for an abortion. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that has happened more than one time.
Yes, but it's politics,
bro. But it's politics, though.
It's politics.
They're going to try to do...
And why isn't there male birth control? You can't tell me... We came with a vaccine and what? Shit, less than a year?
You want a male birth control?
Hang on. Sabrina, how about you feel?
I mean, Sabrina. It only makes sense.
Sabrina.
As a woman, the most cliche argument is that I can only get pregnant once every 9 months. A man can get a woman pregnant
every day.
Every day, several times a day.
Yes.
Technically.
All day.
All day.
Yeah. Think about the marathons you've run. Like, damn.
What?
Think about the marathons you've run in a day.
What marathons you talking about?
You never had a marathon? Sabrina know exactly what I'm talking about. You playing oblivious here. Think about the marathons you've run. You catch that one, take a little nap, lay down for a minute, catch marathon. You never did a marathon?
Have you done a marathon?
Yes!
Okay, that's you, not me.
Sabrina, you ever did a marathon? So yes. See what I'm saying?
I plead the fifth.
She pleading the fifth. The fifth to not have to self-incriminate. Okay. I'm just saying, bro, but there should be male birth control. That's not fair. That's not right.
Well, that's what I mean too. Like, there's so many, not necessarily that by Republicans, but there's so many methods of. That's not oppression, but why do we have to carry the burden of responsibility?
Yes, meaning why is it that the woman has to protect herself
in that matter? And then there's the argument that there kind of is with condoms, right? Because the man can always make the final decision with a condom.
I mean, but can we though?
You can. If the girl doesn't want you, then you can say, "Well, I don't want to have sex."
Huh? But what man's?
But that's what I'm saying.
I said it before. I said that before. I'm just saying, like.
But the way she made it seem like it's like, but she made it seem like we got the final say so. Like,
nah. You do have the final say ultimately.
I feel like y'all should have the final say so if we have sex or not.
I don't think so.
Because I think that's me personally.
I'm saying as far as birth control.
Yeah.
The condom is birth control.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about I thought we were talking.
I thought you were saying sex in general.
No, I'm saying as a condom. No, fuck no. I'm saying as a condom is a form of birth control.
Yeah.
Y'all have the final like.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm not saying you have the willpower to do it, but I'm saying it's ultimately your decision.
It is because it's like it's our decision to put it on, like kind of want to put it on, put it on. Like, yeah,
that's why I always laugh when I hear the argument like, "Oh, she trapped me," and shit. I'm like,
"No, you didn't. No, you should."
I mean, you know.
I mean, now there's instances where it can be where if like she lied and said she was on birth control.
But again, it goes back to the man. Even though she says she's in birth control, you still gonna make that conscious choice.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
I could understand that happened.
Me personally, this is nothing against women. If a girl ever told me she's in birth control,
I don't believe it either.
Not even don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Great. I'm still gonna protect myself.
Yeah,
because
like
even though you say you're birth control, I don't want to take any risk.
Take a chance.
Period.
Take a chance.
It's like no. You ever had a girl get offended when you say that?
Well, because then it kind of turns into you're protecting yourself for another reason.
But that's not even what we're thinking. Like me personally, this is my mindset. I don't want to have no more kids. I don't want to risk getting pregnant. But when women have gotten offended when I say that, it makes me feel like, okay, how are you going to get mad at me for one, I'm protecting myself, and for two, I'm protecting you. Because not saying I have anything, but you don't know if I have something.
Right, absolutely.
And the fact that you're getting mad, it's more so you're getting upset because it's like I don't wear a condom because I'm like, man, this girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I genuinely care about my own health. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I should risk my health or her health, for a few moments of pleasure, however long those moments may be. You know what I'm saying? Right, Pookie? What'd I just say?
I wasn't listening.
It's just like you in high school, bro. I give this whole lecture. You like, hey, what the test on? You want to borrow my note? You can't borrow Sabrina notes.
No, but you were talking about the birth control, blase.
Hey, you ever had a scare?
Yes, I've had that too.
Damn, what happened? How you get that? What time the text came in?
Bitch.
No.
You digging for a story. You digging for a story.
No, I'm not. The reason I'm asking, I want to see if it's the same. I want to see if it's the same across the board.
No, I got a text. I got a random text saying,
"Hey, why are you sweating about it now?"
I'm not sweating.
Okay, what happened?
I've gotten a text before. Yeah. That's when like, hey. What's up?
Oh no, the one word.
And then
that's consistent.
Hey, they'll be like, hey, I need to talk to you about something.
Oh.
Hey. But I'm like, okay, and I'll be like, what's up?
What's up?
Like, hold on, I'm gonna have to call you. Give me.
My God!
Longest 5 minutes ever.
Yes. So it is the same across the board.
Longest 5 minutes ever.
Sabrina, look, this is the worst thing y'all can text a dude. Hey, followed by what are you doing? Followed by
Hey, I need to talk to you about something.
And then I'm gonna call you, and y'all take forever to call.
Yeah, look, we doing this the whole
damn time. Bro. Look, Pookie,
we doing this the whole goddamn time. Like, man, come on.
We might call our homeboy. Say, man, what you doing? Shit, chilling. Yeah, that's what you doing. Nothing, man. Yeah, what you getting into? Like, cause we nervous, we scared.
Nah, you be.
So
yeah, I forget what that feels like.
Pookie, she said I'm late, right?
No, it was something even stupid.
Well, that ain't what happened to me. This is what happened to me.
Sure, sir.
I was like, somewhere in my 20s, I don't know, but I get a text message. I'm gonna share the whole story too, because they ain't gonna watch this. So I was like 20. I had graduated college, so I was like 20. I was 22. So this happened when I was like 24 ish. So I'm at work.
That's the worst time when you at work. You can't even do nothing,
bro.
I can't work today. I gotta go home.
I'm at work, and my phone go. I had just left Louisiana, right? And whatever. So I'm at work. This is like the week after, and my phone go. Hey, same thing you got, obviously. Not the same girl. Let's just put that out there. They gonna be like the same girl? No, not the same girl. I was like, hey, what's up? You busy? Bro. I was like, I'm just at work. What's good? This is the next text message I got, bro. And I literally shit on myself. Well, I got something to tell you.
Heart skipped the beat. You start sweating in December.
At this point, I'm in panic mode. Immediately, I text back, what's up? No response for hours. Bro, I almost died. Oh, my God. I almost fucking died. In my mind,
life flashing for your eyes. Oh, life is gone.
Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, I know this ain't what it was. I'm like, I know I protected.
You start thinking, you rethinking the whole answer.
Exactly.
No, I know I did right. I did right.
All the stuff. I'm like,
there's no way.
I'm like, bro, I didn't even pump one time unprotected.
Look, the last to say, it ain't mine. Fuck this. It ain't mine.
Bro,
I ain't finna go out like this. It ain't mine.
So all this stuff going through my head, right? And I'm like, yo, I know I did not, bro. I was like, because I know how careful I am. And I'm like, I know I didn't do that, right? So hours go by. And
start doing the timeline. Like, man, when was the last time? No.
I text back again. I was like, what's up? She didn't respond. So later on that day when I got off, she called me, right? And she was like, hey. And I was like, hey.
All in a good mood?
Yes, bro. So, of course, Sabrina, I'm telling you, this shit, I'm getting PTSD thinking about this shit. Let me finish the story, though. Like, this shit bringing back bad memories. So, I'm like, what's up? She was like, nothing. What you doing? I'm like, you better. I'm like, I'm at the crib chilling. What's good? She was like, nothing.
Come on with the shit.
She was like, you know your friend so-and-so? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, we talking now. And I'm like, bro, why you just couldn't text me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking
now you mad. Now you mad because she told you this. You thinking the whole and this is something. Look,
she never said that she.
No, she was. That wasn't even what it was about. But she wanted to tell me she was talking about.
But the fact is, you worried this whole damn time. You come to find out it's nothing. You don't even give a damn about. Like, you don't give a damn about this shit.
That's exactly what it was. But I'm thinking, I'm like. Bro, I'm thinking the worst. But yeah, that's exactly what it was. She was scared to tell me. And I was like, oh no, congratulations, son. I call this bitch ass nigga. I'm like, bro, you know what I just went through for you? Like, he was like, man, that's another story. But anyway, yeah, it was crazy. So, that was my,
that's your story. You finally tell a story on this show.
That's the only pregnancy scare I ever had, bro. Like, bro, when I say I be trying to be extra careful out here, like, you gotta be though, man, because this is my mindset. You don't want to, and I think we can all relate to this, you don't want to take a simple moment in time for pleasure and make it a lifetime responsibility. And I feel like some of us guys and women, we're
take
like,
it for granted.
in the moment, we're like, you put all
that stuff,
restraint and like you put all that to the side for simple pleasure, because our bodies speak to us and our bodies dictate a lot of what we want to do. And I feel like sometimes it's up to us to, put restraints on ourselves and not gonna think about it, bro. Just think about the times you be like, I'm horny as hell. And you got a girl who will let you do whatever, however, or got whatever. And it's like, all right, you can do it, but do you do it? You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about the bigger picture. Me personally, I ain't trying to get pregnant. Bro, I like not having to do shit. I don't want to change no diaper at 2 a.m. I want to stay asleep. Do you know what it feels? Do you know what it feels like to take a diaper at 2 a.m? We do. Tell me, Sabrina. It ain't fun.
I can imagine.
No, you don't know.
I can
imagine.
I don't know, but I can imagine.
You don't know.
I can imagine.
It's not easy.
Okay.
I'll
take it for granted.
Bro, put it like this. I know how rough it was. No, I'm not saying rough as in a bad way, but I know how difficult it is to have one child. Sabrina looking at me like, stop bitching. You know what I'm saying? Sabrina, you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect you so much because of, you're on a higher playing field than me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Any other stories you want to share? Because your closeout stories be on point, Pookie.
I don't know. It's just my venting shit.
Anything you want to vent about? Anybody made you mad? Besides Will Smith saying he wanted to kill Tupac.
That's what he said. I didn't catch that part.
Everybody was like, come on. Everybody was feeling sorry for Will. When he said something like that, I was like, man, come on, Will. You should just be quiet, just ride to the sunset.
Tupac fucked Jay. Do you believe that? Or no?
I used to
think never come out of I used to think no.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it came out by now.
Put it like this, bro.
Because look, Tupac was in love with Jada.
Sabrina, we're gonna ask you a question. Me and Pookie was talking about this. Keep it a bean though. We don't lie on this show. All right. When y'all say this guy's just my friend.
Oh my God, we had this conversation.
Nah, we need to do a follow. We talked about this last episode, right? Are y'all really just, even if y'all any slight piece of fooling around, do y'all like, what's up with that? Because in our mind, this like my friend, this like my big brother, y'all fooling around and y'all fucking. Is that true?
In my defense, I've said if they say it's a friend, there's a good chance they're a friend. Now if they say that's my cousin or my brother, like a brother to me, then I'll be like, okay, now hold on.
Have you ever bought a guy around anywhere and introduced him as this is just my friend, and the perception of the crowd around y'all is y'all are just friends, but y'all know that y'all have fooled around before?
No, not really.
Not really.
I don't really. I mean,
any point in life, not in like the last year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever been bought around a crowd by a girl and she introduced you just as
we talked about this before? Yes, man.
Like,
yes.
It's crazy. Because in our mind, when y'all bring a guy around, y'all fucked. Even if it's not true, it's just
the only reason why.
Because we know how we are, though. You know,
the only reason why I say it's like that is because we've been put in that position, so
that's
we
what
know.
I'm saying. Yeah.
We know. So it's like, it's like.
Uh-oh. I may have. I'm thinking about I may have, but not like in a habitual way.
What do you
you know what I'm saying? Like where it's. I do, it's something I do repetitively.
No, not I said
yeah. Maybe like once.
Everybody got around. You say this is my friend.
34 years of my life. Yeah.
You say this is my friend, and the crowd assumes that wherever y'all at, y'all are just friends, but y'all.
Yeah, but I think that people would still have the like notion that, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I think they're more than friends, or, I don't know.
Okay, let's pause right there. Pookie. Straight up, you go visit Sabrina, right? And she brings a guy around, right? And she say, "This just my friend."
Okay, see,
what you gonna say? I want to know. He's gonna sue. I want to know. No. See, this is what you do.
Because it's different though. I don't have to tell that to Pookie.
You don't have to do that to me. That's what I said. She shouldn't have to do that.
I'm not hiding nothing.
I know. Yeah, I know her. So
he knows a lot of my business.
So if she brings somebody off top, I already know what it is.
I
ain't gotta ask.
He already knows either what's going on or what has already went on.
Why are you trying to hide your face, sir?
I got a question. I got another question. We almost done. We got an hour and a half. We almost done. All right. If I come hang out with y'all,
who's y'all?
You and the fella, whatever, right? And I bring a girl around as a friend. Are y'all gonna assume we're sleeping together?
Bro, I know you.
What? I know you. Cut the camera off. What kind of shit is that?
I know you.
You know me.
Okay, let me ask you this question. How many times you brought a girl around that you ain't did nothing with?
I have before.
How many?
I don't know, bro. We've been friends like 20 years. I don't know.
So you can't keep a count?
No, that's not it, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Okay, remember that time when I pulled up at your house and your mama came to the door and thought I wasn't shit and I had to explain to your mama, this just my friend.
Okay, remember the time you came to Buffalo Wild Wings and you brought a friend over there too?
That ain't the same shit, though.
It's similar.
No, that's one for one, bro. I have bought.
How many? Okay, let's let
Bro, we're not.
Okay, hold on. Oh, no. Since you put it out there, we gonna go there. Since you did this, how many times? Let's do the leverage. Dog, look at me. Look at me, King. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Driving.
Look at me. No, how many times? Let's do this. This is the people, the girls you brought around that you messed around with, and the girls you didn't. Which ways outweighs the other?
I don't remember stuff like
all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us.
That was a different point in my life, so I don't
all right,
remember.
Y'all. Appreciate y'all.
No, hell no. We finna go here? Because if you want to go here, Pookie, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get dark. If you want to do this,
round one on you. Round one on you.
We can do this.
Round one on you.
2.
You a motherfucker?
No, I'm not. 2.
All right, cool. How many have I done it? How many people I brought around?
Oh, God. How many that you bought around? 0.
Exactly.
Stop. How many that I found out about over the years?
Okay, that's a different ball game.
Now we don't want to talk.
That's a different ball game. That's a different ball game. That's a whole different question. That's a whole different question, though.
It's a different ball. It don't matter.
Wait, but when you saw them, had they messed around at that point?
Yep. Hell
no.
Hell
maybe it happened after.
With him, here's the thing with him. I have to prod and poke to get the truth out of him.
He does have to dig. He has to prod and poke.
Prod and poke. The ain't shitness of him is on full display.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
I will say.
But who did I get my ain't shit from?
I don't know. I don't know your friends. What was you saying, Sabrina? I apologize. What was you saying, man? I apologize.
I was just saying I don't know. I can understand that because I don't know anything. Pookie doesn't really tell me.
I don't put my business out there.
Yeah,
but he gets mad at me when I don't put my business out there.
No, because I get mad at you when you try to pull my business out there.
Pookie gets upset that out of all the years, they really don't know a lot about me as far as like my private life until I let them know. I used to get chewed out because they never knew who I fooled around with. And then some people y'all still don't know. I'm never gonna tell y'all that y'all know, but still.
Years later, you still don't want to tell us?
No,
I tell y'all everybody I'm messing with that y'all know
of. Literally the same stuff, but he gets mad at me for doing it.
And I told you also.
What?
The same thing. People you know.
Yeah.
That we both know.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. So obviously everybody knows that.
Oh yeah, man, we gotta wrap this show.
No, I'm just saying this last thing. I'm gonna tell you what's so fucked up about this whole situation about us being here right now. All 3 of us kind of lived in the same area, right? All 3 of us are fooling around with people that all of us know and none of us know about. That's insane. Yes, because there's somebody you fooling around with that she don't know. Same for you and same for me.
I'm pretty sure y'all both know. Because mine wasn't that many.
Do we?
Hey man, we holler at y'all.
Oh shit, we do!
Turn it off.
Hey, turn it off.